Our second speaker is Todd Curry. Todd is a modern-day superhero. He helps people get back to the way they were before their houses, cars, businesses, and other possessions were damaged or destroyed. Most people simply call him an insurance agent. He is the owner of Curry Agency, a Fisher's independent insurance agency. Additionally, Todd is an international singer. He has performed bad karaoke on 3 continents. Todd is a Navy veteran who has traveled Europe, Africa, and Asia. His favorite role is that of husband, father. His passion includes golf, watching sports, and enjoying live music, especially the Struts. Lastly, Todd is a board member of the Indianapolis Children's Choir and a board member and a Sparks Advisory Board member since the very beginning. Please help me welcome my friend Todd Curry to the Sparks stage.
Thank you. Appreciate it. I'm going to talk about America and how we're different from the rest of the world. We are the land of the free and the home of the brave. When I was in the Navy, I traveled around to the different continents and saw a lot of differences between the U.S. and the rest of the world. In some ways, we're better. In some ways, we're worse. I'm going to talk about 3 different topics tonight: space, diversity, and gaps. And when I talk about space, I'm not talking about our amber waves of grain or our purple mountains majesties. I'm talking about close talkers. We Americans, we like our space. If you go into some foreign countries, people don't have those same boundaries. It can be a little bit uncomfortable if you're traveling around and somebody comes up to you and starts close talking you. Some Americans go to extreme measures to prevent that. This lady, a little bit tough to tell, but she had a little box structure there to keep people away, and then she set it down in the subway so nobody could come within a couple feet of her. This gentleman, he created his own hula hoop. He doesn't want people in his space. He gets very uncomfortable. So that is space. Next is diversity. And I'm not really talking about the diversity that you may think of. I'm talking about choices. This is an American grocery store. You can go into the grocery store. I get petrified when my wife says, "Hey, Todd, go get us some nacho chips." I get there, 3 texts later, "Do you want the restaurant style? Do you want the thin ones, the dips? Which ones do you want?" A European grocery store is about as big as the chip aisle at Meijer. We are overwhelmed with choices. Look at all those cereals. That whole line is cereals. It's just crazy how many choices we have in America. Go into a grocery store in Spain, Gibraltar, Israel, they're not that big, and you're not going to have nearly as many choices. Finally, I want to talk about some gaps in America. We do have gaps, big gaps, like big inch gaps in our restrooms. You go in a restroom, people can look in there, they can look underneath the stalls. There are all kinds of gaps. I didn't realize that was a thing. When I went over to Europe, we spent a lot of time in Spain. I went in the restroom and I walk in and I've got my own room. It's private. I close the door. It goes all the way up to the ceiling, all the way down to the ground. But I didn't think anything of it. But once the speakers are done tonight and you're done talking with people, go on Twitter and search for American toilet gaps. And you're literally going to see hundreds of tweets from Europeans talking about how annoying it is to have those huge gaps when they're in the restroom. It's crazy. So, America, love it, hate it. I love it. Hopefully all you do. That's why we're here. So many people trying to get here. We've got great people like Jamar trying to lead us as politicians. We've got all kinds of great things going on. But we do have diversity, space, and gap issues. So I encourage you to be a great American, and thank you for being here tonight.
Don't delay. Get your ticket for the next Sparks event today.